Welcome everybody. Just getting started here. All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to Dr. Selfridge live stream. Playing a little jazz here at the top. Ooh, let me make sure my music is all turned down here. There we go. Is this muted? Should be. All right. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Dr. Selfridge. We're here every Sunday for a live stream. Good to see everybody here again. We're going to get started in just a second with your comments and your questions. If you are new to the show, what we always do is we talk about band stuff. So hopefully if you play an instrument or you're interested in playing instruments, this is the right place for you to be. If you're new to the show, the live stream, let us know in the comments. I always like to hear where you're watching from. That's always fun. I like to hear, especially if you've got specific questions about music or instruments, let me know what instrument you play and how long you've been playing, how long you've been playing your instrument, your experience. Maybe it's also kind of nice to know if you're in school, or maybe we also have a lot of adults that watch our show who are either starting a new instrument or have played their whole lives, or maybe coming back to an instrument after a while. So it's good to see good folks here. I'm going to start saying hello to people here on the chat. If you're watching from YouTube, I'll be looking at your comments here on YouTube. And if you're watching from Facebook, we'll be keeping an eye on your comments on Facebook as well. We have our helper, Teresa, one of our producers here, who's in the chat, kind of helping out to highlight some of your questions. And Teresa's also going to Terry is going to keep an eye on our Facebook feed. And if there are any comments or questions that come up in the Facebook feed, we'll get those copied and pasted into the YouTube feed, just to make sure we get everyone in here. So let's start saying hello to some folks. We want to start by saying welcome to Shane. Shane is a good friend of ours who plays clarinet. And Shane says, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing great. It was a beautiful weekend, kind of rainy a little bit today, but now it's kind of clearing out a little bit. We're happy that the cold weather seems to have gone away. So we're getting close to springtime here. Okay, so Shane has a request. Can I play Prelude from the Suite from Victorian Kitchen Garden? Okay, so Shane always has some great requests. And let's see here. Shane is an excellent clarinetist, for those of you that might be new to the show. Let me look this up. Oh, Suite. Go to my friend Google here. Victorian. It's quite a title. Kitchen Garden. Okay, and I'm going to go sheet music and see if I am fortunate to find it here. Let's see here. Now I'm seeing options for ordering it online, which is something you can always do if it's a piece of music you're interested in. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find things. Ooh, here we go. I found it on this website Scribd that I belong to. So let's zoom in here and let's show everyone what this looks like. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so everyone can see. Getting there. Thank you for your patience, everybody. All right, so here we go. This is for clarinet. I want you to see this. Stop it. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Take a look here. And so I have my clarinet, and I'm going to give this a try. This is, I've never played this piece of music before, so whenever you're playing something new for the first time, we kind of scan for a couple of things. We look for key signature. I see nothing in the key signature, so I don't have to think about any flats or sharps that aren't written for me. Then we have, it says piano. That means play softly. Dolce. Does anyone know what dolce means? I'll let you put that in the chat if you know what that means. And then it says quarter note equals 108. Okay. Let's say it's about there, I guess. Okay. I'm just going to do a little sight reading here. See what happens. Well, I'm going to take the comment off the screen so you guys can see the music better. Here we go. This is for Shane. 1, 2, 3. And then we get tempo, which means get into a more solid tempo. Steady tempo, I should say. Ooh. That's a very pretty piece of music. Shane, I'm going to assume that you are learning this piece. Have you started working on this piece of music already? Because that's a really cool piece. And yeah, it's got a whole nother... I'm just seeing the first page here on the website that I found. So that was very cool, Shane. Just a little bit of that. Thank you for suggesting that. We have our friend Mia who's checking in. Mia Ann. Hello to Mia Ann. And everyone say hello to Terry in the chat. And good evening to Chris from England, who's another good friend of ours. And Sophia is out there. Hi, Sophia. Whoa. Okay. Great question. Triple tonguing on clarinet. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee for this one. Okay. So, does anyone know what double tonguing and triple tonguing are? Okay. Most often you encounter double tonguing and triple tonguing with trumpet, because a lot of times trumpet players have to play these fanfares, which are very da-ka-da-da, da-ka-da-da, or da-ka-da-ka-da-ka-da, stuff like that. And the way I'm vocalizing it with my tongue is how I've most often seen double and triple tonguing taught. So for double tonguing, what it means is instead of tonguing every single note with the tip of your tongue, ta 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 ta, right? There's kind of a limit to how fast you can do that. There's double tonguing where instead of saying ta on everyone, you say the first one with ta, and then with the second one you say ka. So if you say ta with the T sound, it's the front part of your tongue. If you say ka, ka, it's the back part of your tongue. So everyone try saying that at home, okay? Taka, 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 ta, right? And that's double tonguing. I'm going to freely admit this is not something I practice as a woodwind player. I don't practice it a whole lot. I know flute players use it a lot, and brass players and clarinet players can use it too, and sax players. I just don't use it a lot. But the principle, taka, taka, ta, taka, 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 ta. And then if you want to, let's put that on an instrument. I'm going to put it on trumpet. And then I'll try it on clarinet. So I'll just play a steady note. Here's a concert F, which is a G on trumpet. So I'll go. Wow. Ta-ka, ta-ka, ta. It's not easy. Yeah, that doesn't sound real great. But I'm sure there's lots of professional trumpet players who could show you how to do that. I could probably do a little bit better on flute. Now I'll try clarinet. It's easier on flute for me because it happens back here on the tongue. Tuku, tuku, tu. Now, you asked about triple tonguing. What we do for triple tonguing is we do like a triplet figure, and I've heard tukata, tukatu, tukatu. So it's tuku-tu, 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 right? Triplet, tuku-tu. Now, clarinet, I don't know if I've ever tried this before. Wow, it's not easy. Have you worked on double tonguing, Sophia? I prefer to just tongue everything single tonguing really fast. And actually, our friend Shane is an accomplished clarinet player. Shane, have you used double tonguing or triple tonguing in your practicing? So we'll come back to that. Maybe some people in the chat can chime in on that. Okay, Stacy, can I play Bluey's theme song? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Bluey theme song, sheet music. Play along with the Bluey theme song. Never heard of this. Oh, fun. I'm going to assume this is a kid's show. Here we go. Here we are. There's Bluey. There's me. And download the piano. Let's download the sheet music. Oh, you can copy. This is cool. This is Bluey.tv. Let me download the sheet music and see what it looks like. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to play it on piano. Oops. That's fun. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find it on YouTube. Bluey's theme song. Here we go. Let's give this a listen. Kind of reminds me of Baby Shark a little bit. Ah. Bingo. So this is me. Okay. I think that's it. Ah. Whoop. Okay, so this is it. Check it out on the piano here. Whoops. Okay, so if I'm going to put that on... Okay, I'm going to put this into trumpet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I could play it exactly as it is, matching the video, but as is the case with... Sometimes you find a song... Okay, who is this? This is Stacy. So Stacy, when we're taking a song from the TV or internet or whatever, and we're trying to figure it out on our instrument, sometimes the notes that are in the original version that we're trying to learn might be easy for piano, but they can be hard for trumpet. So I'm going to simplify it a little bit by putting it in a different key. All right, so instead of doing it in this key, that's an E major. I'm just going to take it down a half step, and I'm going to put it in F major for trumpet. Yeah. Yep. That one's pretty easy. So you start on A. A, G, F, E. Yeah. A, G, F, E, C, D. Okay, here we go. Something like that. So it's A, G, F, E. Then you got to jump to a C. Then D, F, D, C. All right, it's like two parts. A, G, F, E. Second part, C, D, F, D, C. See those two parts? There you go. So that was a quick little bit, and I think, as far as I can tell from listening to the song, that's all there is to it. Let me put that on again. Bingo! Cool. That looks fun. Fun show. All right, let's keep going. Charity is checking in and says, happy Sunday, and says, I hope all is well. My main request for today is Secret Garden by Grover Washington Jr. So here's the deal, Charity. I'm going to look for this. The cool thing about Grover Washington is he tended to play most often tenor sax and soprano sax. I guess he did play some alto sax. But if we find the sheet music for tenor sax or soprano sax, it's the same as clarinet. It's the same key. All right, so let's see. Let's see how we do. I'm Googling it. Oh, you mean a secret place? Because I Googled secret garden and it's not a thing, but it says a secret place is here. Let's listen to it. Here's that song. All right, so it's an E. It's in F minor for clarinet. Now listen for the melody here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Check it out. This is what we're looking at. This is Grover Washington Jr., everybody. We're going to skip ahead to when the sax comes in. It's probably coming in now, I'm going to guess. That's guitar, obviously. All right, right here. Ooh. Okay. Ba-da-da-da. All right, let's get the first. There's a little bit to this, so let's get the first part. Ba-da-da-da. All right. I'm going to take your comment off the screen so we can see me and the screen a little bit better. Ba-da-da-da. Now, I don't know if you've gotten up into your upper range of the clarinet, but I'm up here on an A flat. A flat, G, E flat, B flat. And then it's a little grace note, the F sharp to the G. Ba-da, F, E flat. Let me listen some more. Na. Ooh. So, let me listen a little bit more. Yeah. So, it's a pretty straightforward theme there. What I was just showing you. A flat, G, E flat, B flat. Something like that. A flat, G, E flat, C. Now, or B flat, sorry. Now, I wonder if we can find this, a secret place. If we can find the sheet music written out somewhere, that'd be easier. Let's see. Sheet music. Chordify. I'm finding the chords for it. I'm finding backing tracks. I'm not finding sheet music. So hopefully what I just showed you there will kind of get you started. A flat, G, E flat, B flat is your beginning, okay? And then G, F, okay? Let's keep moving on, okay? Because that would take me a while to transcribe that whole melody for you, okay? Kona, I remember you, Kona, if you're still here. I know I'm behind on the chat. So Kona is our friend who's been here past couple of weeks. So good to see you. Do I know Mrs. Jones? Angelina, where does Mrs. Jones teach? I might know Mrs. Jones. What is that song? Do I know Mrs. Jones? Okay, Solar is saying hello. Angelina plays trombone. Flying Fist has been playing flute for almost a year now. I know I've been going slow through these comments. I'm gonna go quick through the comments and say hello to people. Jacqueline is our good friend from Philadelphia who's watching. Jacqueline knows who Grover Washington Jr. is, I'm sure, because he's a local favorite. He came from Philly. Amelia is checking in. Hi to Amelia. The theme from MASH on clarinet. So, Jacqueline, I'm going to come back to that. I want to keep going through some quick questions and answers, and then I'm going to do some more requests, okay? Da, 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 da. It's a good melody. I have to find the right key, though. Amelia, do I know Mr. Ross? He's a band teacher. I might know Mr. Ross. I know a teacher who lives in my area whose last name is Ross. I don't know if it's the same one as the same Mr. Ross that you know. Shane, you got it right. Dolce means sweet and smooth. Shane played Prelude for your clarinet competition. So, Shane, how did that competition go? Just tell me about it. I'm curious how you did. Oh, whoa. We already talked about this a few minutes ago. I talked about it briefly. Tu-ku-tu-ku-tu. Yes, it's the same for clarinet. Tu-ku-tu-ku-tu. Although I didn't do it so well on clarinet, but... Tu-ku-tu-ku. You can get pretty fast there. Okay. Oh, okay. Lena Hunt, hello. Joining us on Facebook today instead of YouTube. So hello to Lena. I don't know if your comment got deleted, Shrek. I didn't see it. Dramatic Fanatic from Cuphead. Okay, so I've got the theme from MASH for Jacqueline, and I've got this request from Shrek as a Legend. I'll come back to that. And Scarborough Fair. That's a beautiful song. Is it possible to use flutter tonguing as a starting point for double or triple tonguing? So I would say that's not necessarily the way I would approach it, because flutter tonguing is kind of a different thing in my mind. Flutter tonguing is when you do, you guys know how you can roll your R's, right? Your air gets flowing and your tongue kind of flutters like that. So flutter tonguing is a technique sometimes used in on wind instruments. But to me, it's a different mechanism than going triple tonguing or double tonguing, because that's front. It's like front, back, where flutter tonguing for me is just all in the front. It's all happening here. Where double tongue is tu-ku, so it's at the front and the back of the tongue, alternating. Okay, Shane can double tongue. So Shane, okay. I'm going to admit this is something I don't know a whole lot about. Okay, so I'm curious. You use flutter tonguing to play very fast? How does that work? Wow. I really would like to know more about that, because to me, flutter tonguing is more of an effect for tone, for timbre, you know? For me, it's not accurate enough rhythmically to try to put that to a rhythm, you know? But I'm curious. If anyone knows about that and could tell me more about it. Okay, that's right. Dulce and Scarborough Fair. So I'll get back to our playing requests in a few minutes. I want to get to more requests or more questions. Okay, Ryan, I'm new to the channel. I was wondering if you could do a short tutorial on the glissando. Wait a second. It's just kind of funny because it seems like every week I love playing this piece, by the way. It just seems like every week it comes up. So it's just kind of funny that you brought it up today, because I was thinking last week, okay, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here that might be interesting or not. Last week I have a couple of clarinets, and last week I had this clarinet, and the mouthpiece I don't really like as much as I like the mouthpiece that I have here. And so I played Rhapsody in Blue last week on the live stream, and I didn't really like how I did it, because I didn't feel like I was comfortable on the mouthpiece. And so this week at school, I was thinking, I got to remember, because this clarinet I had at school, I said, I got to remember to bring my other clarinet home from school. So if I happen to be doing some clarinet stuff, especially Rhapsody in Blue, I wanted to sound a little bit better than I did last week. So here we go. Ryan, you're right on time. So the introduction, I can do this real quick. for Rhapsody in Blue starts, of course, with the G trill, G to A, and then we kind of go up the scale here, like the C scale. And then once you get to about the high E, F, G, you're going to see me start to slide my fingers gradually off the tone holes for what's called a glissando effect. It's going to sound like almost like a trombone or like a siren starting up to that high C. Right? So let's see. Hopefully I do a little bit better today, okay? Okay, that was okay. So the really tricky part is when you want to get that glissando, start on your G, and you start working on your flexibility. If you want to get the glissando, work on your flexibility of using your embouchure to like pull down the reed away from the mouthpiece and then back up to the mouthpiece. It's like you're using your lip muscles to grip the side of the reed and pull it down and then back up to place. Let me show you what that sounds like. And my tongue is kind of also going flat, like E, I, okay? And it's that combined with this, and you get the gradual. And when you get to that top note, you put a little vibrato on it. And there's more to it. One of these, I should look that up and actually play the rest of the solo for you guys sometime. Okay. Good, Stacy. I'm glad that was helpful. Was that the Bluey song? I think Stacy asked about the Bluey song. So, okay, here comes Shane back with his explanation. It's kind of flutter tonguing. Really, it's just rolling my tongue. So when I play, oh wow, that's fascinating, Shane. So when I play fast passages, each note will sound fully tongued without the effect. That's cool. Shane, do you have a YouTube channel? Like, do you ever post videos of yourself playing? Because I would love to hear you play. Okay, so let's get. We've got some. Yes, Terry is noting my throwback coffee mug that I'm using today. This is in the back of my cupboard. This is from when I was a kid and I was in the Boy Scouts. And this is where I went to summer camp every year. So, oops. Shane got first in his competition. Everyone, round of applause for Shane. Good job. Okay, let's go to, I'm going to say hi to Amethyst and say hi to, say you're welcome to Flying Fist. And let's go back to some requests. Okay, so I said I would do, what did I say I would do for Jacqueline? What was the first one? Scarborough Fair. There was one before that. Oh, MASH. Okay. So I'm going to go look this up real quick. Theme from MASH. Sheet music. And let's see. Here it is on MuseScore. So we've talked about MuseScore before. Whoops. The score is unavailable in my country. Well, that's no fun. Let's go to another result. That's also unavailable. Let's see. All right, here it is on here we go. That's a little blurry because it's not the greatest of scan. Okay, so this is in I'm going to play it. Did you ask me on? Oh, you asked me for it on clarinet. So here we go. I'm going to play it on clarinet, but what I'm going to do is play it. I'll just read it like it's clarinet music, so I won't transpose it. Okay, so here you go. Jacqueline, this is for you. Here we go. I think I know the rest by heart anyway. Yeah, that's a nice tune. And it's pretty simple, actually. There's a little bit of that for you. That's a great request. So thank you, Jacqueline, and a nice melody. Let's do some more requests or comments or questions. Let's go to Mia's request for New World Symphony, and this is a fun request that I get pretty often too. Again, this one is in our which packet is it in? Dr. Selfridge. It's in our most requested tunes. I'm going to find it for you. Let's see. Is it in beginner band tunes? I think it's in beginner band tunes. Let's see. So I'm looking at my beginner band tunes, which is on the Dr. Selfridge website, drselfridgemusic.com. And here it is. Okay. So we are, let me show you where we are. We're at drselfridgemusic.com. And then you click on, you can click like live stream band, and then you click beginner band tunes, and then you click your instrument, okay? And so I'm on the clarinet music, and I'm going to scroll it up a little bit so you guys can see it. I'm going to play what's written here. This is the A section. Then there's a middle section that I didn't put here. A middle and a third section. So here we go. This is for Mia Ann. Here's the next part. Third part is like the first part, but has a different ending. Such a nice tune. Takes a lot of deep breaths and breath control, though. So, great request. We have more requests coming up, but let's go to more of the comments and questions, okay? Shane says, I have a separate channel I started a few weeks ago. It's called Shane McFerrin. Cool. So, Shane, I'll have to check that out and hear you perform, okay? And Shane says, I want to start posting tutorials and more pieces. Very cool. Oh, okay. A video tutorial for Rhapsody in Blue. That's a great idea. I'll have to practice that one. Altissimo notes on saxophone. Sure. So. Here's alto sax. So here's the thing with altissimo notes, okay? So on a trumpet or a brass instrument, altissimo is basically you're limited only by the strength of your lips. You can go really high, right? It's all just your your control of your air, the way you direct your airstream, the strength of your lips and your embouchure. On woodwinds, we have a different way of getting altissimo. It's similar, but it's different. What we do is at a certain point, we run out of notes on the normal range of our instrument. So the top note on saxophone, by just pressing our normal fingerings, is up to a high F. So some saxophones have an F sharp key. Mine is an older Mark VI. It doesn't have an F sharp key. But what we do is we bridge over into what's called the altissimo range, which is basically you're playing controlled squeaks. Every time you squeak on your instrument, you're playing an overtone. You're playing a higher partial of the harmonic series on your instrument. So to get into the idea of the harmonic series is a little bit of a deep dive, but in simple terms, whenever we play a note, any note, like this note, there's the primary note that we hear, but inside that sound, almost like it's other spectrums of light that we can't see, but it's not light. I'm just doing an analogy. It's like, like there's other spectrums of light that you can't see. There's other vibrations of sound that are happening in that note that are helping to color the sound, but we don't really hear them as individual pitches. But what we can do is we can work our embouchure to get the higher overtones. Let me show you what I mean. Hear all those squeaks? They're real notes. And I wasn't moving my fingers at all. So you practice your overtones on your low notes. That was a low C. So you have it comes to a point, whenever I work up with my students on this, I tell them, just warn your parents when you go in your practice room and practice overtones, they're going to be wondering what the heck is going on, because it just sounds like you're making mistakes. But it's going to sound a little rough. It's also good to practice it on a low B flat. So why am I talking about overtones? Because when we do altissimo notes, we're basically doing creative fingerings, and we're getting overtone squeaks of other notes. So a good overtone, a good altissimo note for saxophone to start with is to try for an A. Here's our regular high A. The overtone high A is done with, it's like a D on the fourth line here, but we lift up our first finger. So here's the D note, and you lift up your first finger and you intentionally squeak. That's the high A right there. Okay? And so there's a whole array of fingerings that people have figured out for those overtones. And depending on your individual playing and also your individual saxophone, you want to explore certain fingerings work better for different people and different saxophones. So there's an introduction to it. Sorry, that was I talked quite a bit there. Okay. Marianne, our good friend, says, please help. I bought an alto saxophone. I have a grade 5 on clarinet. Where will I start learning the saxophone? So, Marianne, actually, a good place to start is, obviously, I've got some saxophone videos on my channel. I've got a video, I think it's called How to Play Every Note on the Alto Sax. And you could go there and look up Let me look this up. Here we go. So here's my video, how to play every note on alto sax, okay? So just teaching yourself the chromatic scale. And the one big thing about clarinet to saxophone, here's one big thing for you, okay? For clarinet, our mouthpiece is in a downward motion, or a downward angle, okay? Saxophone should come straight out. Clarinet comes down at like a 38, 40 degree angle, something like that. Saxophone should come out of your mouth at like a 90 degree angle. And your lips are like an O around the mouthpiece. Clarinet is more like a smooth bottom lip like this. Saxophone, you should have a wrinkled bottom lip like an O. That's the biggest difference. That's it. And just learning your fingerings, okay? All right, let's get back to let's get back to Jacqueline's other request. Thank you all for being here, by the way. And Terry gave us a nice reminder. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you're watching on Facebook, you can follow me and subscribe on YouTube and like the video. That's always good. Appreciate that. Okay. Jacqueline requested Scarborough Fair, which is a really nice tune. So let me go back and I wonder if there's a video. I have a feeling there's probably a video on YouTube. Let's see. I just have a feeling. Yep. There's piano. Let's see. Do 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 do. Which instrument shall I play? I think you probably requested clarinet, maybe. What did you request, Jacqueline? I see. Oh, and Shrek, I'm going to get back to your request if you're still here. I'm not seeing it. So, there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to play it off the top of my head. I think I can probably figure this one out. I'll do it in C minor. Okay, C minor, which would be D minor for clarinet. All right, here we go. This is Scarborough Fair off the top of my head. Here we go. Oh, darn. Sorry, Jacqueline. Let me start again. I'm going to try that one more time. Okay, had a little trouble there at that middle section, but that's a very nice tune. Let's go to our friend Shrek is a legend. Wanted something on Cuphead. Let's see. Let's find. Where did your comment go, Shrek? Here it is. Dramatic Fanfare from Cuphead. Shane, you're or Shrek. Your avatar always cracks me up, the Michael Scott. All right, so this is Dramatic. Oh, Dramatic Fanatic. I said fanfare. Cuphead. And see if we get lucky with sheet music. I don't know. I'm going to look it up on YouTube, and I'm also going to Google it. Ooh, it's on MuseScore. Dramatic Fanatic. Oh, look at this. It's for a jazz band. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is written out for a full jazz band. Let me listen to the... I'm just going to listen to it here. Oh, it's for... There, look at this. Oh, it's Boss Melody. That's not the right one. Dramatic Fanatic piano tutorial. Look at this. Maybe I can play it on piano. There's a lot going on here. Whoa. All right. There's so many different things happening. All right, I'm just going to play the beginning part. Bump, 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 bump. C. Now, if I was going to double that on clarinet, I'd have to play C, C sharp, C no, D, C sharp, C natural, C sharp. Let's see what happens. D, F, and A flat. There's a lot going on there, and I wasn't able to really find sheet music for clarinet, but there we go. That was fun. Cuphead has a lot of cool jazzy stuff. I know my students were big on Cuphead. I was thinking about actually getting, you can get arrangements for band and jazz band. That would be fun. All right, let's go back to your questions and comments. What's the highest note you can play? Shane, what's the highest note? Oh, I see Shane's request. Mia and Tale as Old as Time, In Rhythm by Alec Templeton. Okay, let me do some more questions, okay, guys, at the moment. What's the highest note you can play on alto sax? The highest note I can play is probably a double octave high D. So you got right, which is a concert F. So that's just the forked fingering right here. Okay. Solar, can I do some altissimo notes on clarinet? Yeah, I would say stronger reed. I mean, it depends on what kind of reed you're currently on. I would say a 3 or a 3.5. I play a 3. And Shane is one of our resident clarinet pros, experts. He might have some recommendations for high notes. The highest, the high note that we focus on in band class when I'm working on our high notes with clarinets. We got our high C. Oh, wrong clarinet. This is the clarinet I don't like. Here we go. Here's the one I like better. Okay. There's a high D, high E, high F. You add your pinky here. High F sharp is just your thumb, register key, and your second finger. And we hold this pinky down here. It kind of stabilizes the note. And then we add 1, 2 for the high G. Okay, so there's a little bit. Shane, maybe you could do a tutorial on altissimo notes on your channel. All right, have I ever played a Selmer? I've not played a balanced action, but I hear a lot of great things about them. They're another classic instrument. They came before the Mark VIs. So how much time do we have here? We're about 9 minutes left. Answer some more questions for you guys. Sam Coulter. No, I don't know this person. Maybe it's somebody for me to do some research. He's 97. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Wait, you take lessons from him now? That's very cool. That's fantastic. I would love to hear. Next time you're taking lessons with Mr. Coulter, tell him I bet he has a lot of stories about his travels and his performances. I'd love to hear some of his stories. You're welcome, Marion. Have I applied for verification? Don't know what that means. Do you mean on Twitter? I don't know which verification I should apply for. Okay. No problem, Rico. No problem, Rico, at all. Thank you for being here. I think it looks like you're a new name on our live stream, so thank you for being here. Solar says I'm on a 2.5 strength reed. Okay, so I would recommend going to a 3, probably if you want to start working on your high notes. Okay, because what happens is when you're on a 2.5, the type of strength and air speed that you need for your high notes, the reed, when you play like a 2 or a 2.5, they start to close up on you because they can't really handle the vibrations that you need to get. Okay. Also depends on your mouthpiece, but I would say try getting up to a number 3 reed. Okay. Yeah, good idea, Shane. Or good. It's a good thing. It's a good idea for you to try to do that, I think. The YouTube check. I don't know what that is, Rico. I'll have to look into that because I don't even know what that is. Oh, here's a question from Marion. May I ask what the problem could be with my middle B register on clarinet? All of a sudden does not play immediately until I press hard. I would get, okay, so here's the deal with that. That note on clarinet, so I'm going to clear this so you guys can see my fingers, okay? This note on the clarinet, the B with the register key, if you take the register key off, it's a low E, right? It's the note on the clarinet where all of your possible keys or holes are covered. So it's the full length of the clarinet. So if anywhere along this point, if there's a slight spot where the pad isn't closing properly or there's a little bit of air leaking out, it's going to prevent that note from coming out. So I would say if it's all of a sudden not working for you, probably something is happening on your clarinet, like around here. One of these keys, when you press down these keys, something is not closing all the way, probably here. So maybe hold down your fingering for a B and then get a friend or someone to press on this key and see if they're going down all the way, and that might solve your problem. That could be it. Just a guess, just an educated guess. Okay, you're welcome to Solar and Rico Perico. I'll see you later. Please come back again. So, guys, if you were new to the show this week, hopefully we got you. I know Terry tries to recognize, there we go, tries to recognize our new subscribers or our new visitors in the chat. So it's always good to say hello to you guys. And please come back and subscribe and all that jazz. I want to go back down and see if I missed anything. Any requests? I know there was a couple requests that I said I would get back to. Oh, Shane wanted... Right. Here's one. Okay, let me try this. This is something I've never heard of. Shane is always good at introducing me to new things. In Rhythm by Alec Templeton. Sheet music. Let's see. I'm not... This piece is not coming up in a search. Shane? It's not really coming up. Templeton Pocket Size Sonata. That seems kind of fun. I can't seem... Oh, wait. Oh, it's from Pocket Size Sonata. Okay, I see. So now I have to try to find it like in a version that I can look at in PDF. I'm not finding it. Let's see. Let me click on this. See what happens. Yeah, I'm not finding a version online, so I'll have to try that one another time. Unless Shane, you have a link that I could check out. I think there was another request. Oh, here we go. This one, Beauty and the Beast. Maybe we'll close with this one. So, Tale as Old as Time is the song is actually Beauty and the Beast. Sheet music and clarinet. I have a feeling that there is a YouTube tutorial for this. Yeah. All right, so there's this great YouTube channel called, what's it called? Easy Music Lesson. They have a lot of good stuff. Change. I feel like this is the part where it's supposed to be a duet. I think there's another person supposed to sing there. But that was very, very nice. That's a great request. Let me come back here. So, folks, thank you for joining me today. It is about that time to say so long. And let's see if anyone else comes in here on the... Oh, look at that. Shane, I'm going to have to start bringing you in as a consultant here. Shane's got a great fix for that issue, for the clarinet, for Marion. And then Shane is also saying, yeah, the piece, the pocket-sized sonata. I would love to see that. If there's a link or something I could check out, you can send that to me. Speaking of sending things to me, everybody, let's go ahead and show you how you can send me stuff. All right, so we're going to clear this out. And if you want to send me an email or anything like that, this info right here, you guys can reach me at drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. You can follow me at, what else is there? Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So go ahead and send me an email, you guys, if you want to reach out. And please come back next week. Thank you to all of our good friends who are here quite often. We got Marion and Jacqueline and Shane and Rico was here and Solar with some new people. We've got, who else is here? Oh, Shrek. Shrek is a legend. Chris Lancaster from England. Christopher Price is a good friend of ours who's here quite often. I think I mentioned Jacqueline too. So guys, thank you all for being here. Of course, Mia Ann and Amelia, Charity, Stacy, Sophia, if you're still here. Great to see all you guys today. I'm here every Sunday. Oh, Jacqueline, the cork on my clarinet, I think you're going to need to first try some cork grease on that to keep it from drying out too much. And you might just need to get the cork replaced at a repair shop. It shouldn't cost that much. I would think it would be under $30, somewhere around there, $40 to get a cork replaced. Okay. Thank you, everybody, so much. Again, the next screen you'll see is where you can email me and follow me on Twitter and Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So thanks, everyone, for being here. I'll be back next week for another live stream. Bring your instruments, bring your questions, bring your requests. And until then, have a great, great week. And remember to keep practicing. Okay, everybody? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.